Nuts? So she is.
No. Did not say that.
Oh, what'd you say?
He's looking humongous. Like
that's even worse. That didn't make it better. Like, so around his regions. So around his regions. Oh my god. Dude. Yo, what was the fights Frankie fought when we went to AC? We went to Paul. We went to Paul that one time. That's when I had my foot broken. That's when you had to.
We're in combat.
Yeah, what? Who was in combat? He was, yes.
The ring of combat.
Oh, ring of combat. Oh, okay. That was AC face. Yeah. We went with this nigga with a broken ankle. Yeah, he walked around the whole casino.
Oh, no.
He was like,
no.
I need a wheelchair.
No, he was like, my brother needs a wheelchair and he's getting it today. And I was like, yeah, my nigga, like, I'm in crutches. So, like, bro, that's when I broke my foot.
Nah, I wasn't having that.
And I'm like, because I was getting tired of it. Like, yo, we did the whole casino, and I'm like, yo, I'm done. Like, I can't even move no more. That just was burning my arms and shit. So he was like, my brother needs a wheelchair. Come on, Juan. And I'm like, I ain't going nowhere with you, nigga. Like, I'm in crutches. Like,
it was like yelling in the fuck.
Got you wheelchair, didn't I?
So then, this is what happened. He sits me down at a restaurant. He's like, I'll be right back, right? He comes back with 2 security guards, and they're like arguing with him. They arguing with him, and I was like, "The fuck?" When he's walking towards me, and I'm like, "What the fuck going on?" Like,
so dude, believe me.
Yo, dude, yeah, dude started acting up. He was like a younger security dude, and he tried to act like tough and shit, trying to get tough. I was like, "My man, you need to calm the fuck down, bro." And they was like, "Yo, what the fuck's your problem, man? Give my brother a wheelchair." He was like, look, his foot's fucking broken, man. I was like, the fuck?
They wanted proof, so I was like, come on, bitch.
Meantime, they're like chasing him down, like, don't get back over here.
They're gonna make him crazy and shit. And of course, I ain't crazy, but.
No.
They saw me, yeah, they was all fucked up.
We was at the pizza spot. That's what we were for. And then, all of a sudden, the security, the chick, we asked her, and she was like, oh, I was like, I'm not gonna make it to where the wheelchairs are at. So then I was like, I'll go. Yo, he comes back rolling in the shit like he had his shit broken. He was like, I got my brother a wheelchair. Told y'all.
Told you a wheelchair.
And then
going like that.
That night we won that money too.
That's the night we hit the casino. There was some kid that he just turned 21, and I swear, like, this was straight out of a fucking movie.
That was one of the greatest.
He hits the $25 blackjack table, and this kid is there.
Mind you, I'm being wheelchaired around.
His boys couldn't get in.
So I'm being wheelchaired. You could get in, but you just can't gamble.
You can't gamble.
So the little nigga was sitting on the table, waiting for 12 o'clock to say,
that was the last night.
Let's go.
Yeah. As soon as 12 o'clock hit, he was 21.
Yeah, he was holding his license and everything. I was like, so I'm in the chair, and I'm talking to him. And that over here, like, getting frustrated at the table. And I'm like, yo, this is $25, bro. Like, we at the wrong table, nigga. And he's like, fucking, we already here. And I'm like, alright, I'm in the wheelchair. So the kid sits next to me, and I started fucking with them. Because they look mad young, like, nigga, McLovin. So I'm like, yo. So then it was like,
what was this, like, first time there or some shit, dude?
Yo, this is the first time.
It was his birthday. It was a kid's birthday. He was like, I'm waiting for 12 o'clock so I could play. And I was like, for real, ain't you? He was like, yeah, look at my ID. Takes it out. I'm like,
oh, shit, this kid's name.
Yo,
but he knew cards, bro.
Nah, he knew cards.
Like, yo, the dude been studying that shit and then went there and played, nigga. Like,
this motherfucker.
$25 table, $1,000.
Yeah, cousin Blackjack.
$25 table.
At the casino.
I was like, boom, double up. The kid talking to me.
Yeah, the kid's like, yeah, you should stay. All right, yeah.
Mind you.
Dano is shit.
Yo, they're winning, right? As long as you beat the dealer, everybody on the table wins. Yeah. All right. So Dano's like, yo, thank you, throwing him coins. And yo, they just keep fucking playing. He's looking at the cards. He'll fold, Dano fold. He'll go, boom, boom, boom.
Yo, for the longest time, I'm just sitting in a wheelchair like, yo, D, Yo, pay attention to this nigga, right? So he's giving me the coins, like, hey, well, hold this. It's like $50. I'm like, what? So he stays playing, and like we still winning. I'm like, yo, I think he's leaving the table. I'm telling Dano, so watch out. So he's like, what? You want more money? Whatever you want. Grabs your hand and throws it at me. I'm like, you treat me like a fucking stripper, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like,
throwing mad coins at this handicap.
I'm not asking you for change, nigga. Like, I'm telling you to watch this dude's getting up.
When I ball.
Yeah, it was. And I guess the music was mad loud or something. That shit was funny as shit though. He said, what? You want something else here?
Drinks were like free. Like that was good. Cause you go when they walk around, you just leave them a tip.
Pause. I mean,
it was females walking around. That's bad. Pause. Like
this guy's I don't know.
That's how it is.
I tossed some tokens.
Yeah, nah. So it was
They
good.
want you to drink more.
This motherfucker was killing it. There was then they had like those private rooms. That's what I want to do. The private like poker rooms where it's like big money on those tables.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask Dano. So, is it true that people don't say Louisiana? I mean, no. What state Chicago's in?
Illinois?
Oh, you said it? Oh, you said it?
Illinois.
You put an S in it. You do say it with an S, but people from that state don't like the S. So it's Illinois. I don't know. I was hearing that when I was in Tennessee. That's why I just brought it up.
But see, that's like that's
But
right
Tennessee,
here
they
and then that's
pronounce
up
it.
here.
No.
So how does Tennessee say?
No, I heard. No,
that's
first of all, I heard it down there, cause the honky tonk kid was talking to the dude. He was from Illinois.
What honky tonk kid?
Anyway, when I was down in Tennessee, bro.
Yeah,
You not watched the video? You say you watched it.
I did.
I was in
stopped that
Tennessee.
wiener.
That was the name of it. They stopped that
wiener.
You know what's that from? We heard of Texas and Wiener. They like, you don't have to go to Texas.
I probably blanked out if Johnny was begging for wieners. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, so I said wiener like 3 times on the last video, and this motherfucker texted me at like 7
You
in the
didn't just
morning.
say wiener. You
He's
said,
like,
you praise your love for wiener.
7:28 in the morning.
You guys are on the same time.
You know, you don't have to go all the way to Texas for wieners, right? Pause, Johnny. And he spelled my name wrong. Big pause with a crying emoji. Yo, who the fuck texted somebody at 7 in the morning saying that?
He did.
I got early. Saw the video and I had to recognize it.
You didn't recognize me?
I was looking at it just slide.
Oh, shit.
My second text is the one, like, dude.
What's up with Johnny? He said, get Johnny one of the wieners.
Fuck you, they just slide.
Oh,
Got the guy a fucking wiener already.
Yo, alright, so that night in AC, Paul. So.
No.
Yo, there was a lot of shit going on, yo. There was a lot of shit going on that night. This nigga had a broken foot.
Yo, we dropped. Now it's time for us to come back home, right? That night.
It's time for us to go home.
So we going to, and the deal was that Paul had a cut in the morning. Dude, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So and he had to cut like at 8 or some shit. And this
I
nigga
signed
had
up for
some
a
shit to do,
marathon with my job.
Yeah.
So we had to do.
So the only one that could drive was me, and I'm in crutches. So I was like, I'll drive back.
Because no one
And
was
that
gonna trust Dano driving, nigga.
So yo, we in the car, whatever, and I'm like, oh, the headlight ain't work at first. I was like, yo, you're smacking, I'll turn on. And he was like, how you know? This is your car? I was like, this is usually how it works.
Hold on. Let's talk about driving position, right? Juan was gonna drive.
Oh,
Dano was gonna be there for Juan.
No, that's not how it happened. So Paul was like, no, he was like, no, he gets mad. Fuck out of here. You gonna let Juan drive? I'm driving. Fuck that. He was like, yeah, we already had agreed to, I could drive, bruh. It's my left foot that's broken. I'm my right foot. And he's like, nah, man, you got a broken foot. I can drive better than him. I'm only drunk. And I'm like,
I could drive better than him.
I'm like, bro, he's got my broken foot is not the foot that I drive with. You sure? And like, yeah. He's like, all right, y'all guys go to sleep. I'll make sure he's off. He's like, I got him.
We had the top floor of the fucking.
Yo, he's like, I got him. Don't worry about it,
right?
Yo.
As we're working our way down, we lose the bumper. Like,
yo, I'm driving down, and all of a sudden they're like, and it gets scraping. I was like, oh shit, I think this nigga bump on the floor right now, yo. Yo, I look over, he passed out, nigga.
We didn't even leave the parking garage.
I'm like, yo, I was in the parking garage, he was gone, yo. I look over, like, alright, I'm talking to my fucking self, everybody trying to sleep and shit. And all I hear is the, mind ya, I can't get out the car, I got crutches, and I can hear the bumper like, and I'm looking out the window and I'm like, oh, it's not this side. I'm like, yo, this bumper is on the floor right now, yo. Yo, I make it all the way to the parkway, right? And I'm driving and the sound gets louder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this whole bumper's under this car. This nigga's still sleeping. And I'm like, everybody was knocked out, and I'm the only one driving, and I'm just hearing this bumper just dragging. I'm like, yo, this is about to drop. So it's not about to hear it. Boom! Everybody wakes up. I'm like, I didn't hear nothing. Yo, the bumper fell out. Yo, Paul was like, yo, fuck, I can't sleep for the rest